Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live at Galion. We're experiencing some technical difficulties again. I promise that me and Luke have been working to figure out why this has been happening to our broadcasts. But I'll try to fill you in as best I can to figure out. I'm not quite sure when you guys lost us, but last inning is when we realized it as Diego Quinones exited the hill after 3 1/3 inning of work through 92 pitches. Thomas Flesser took over and finished the inning, getting a strikeout on Andrew Stone and grounding out Jacob Reimold. And in that fourth inning, the Raiders scored 2 runs. And now for the top half of the fifth, which is almost over, so the Scouts have just scored a run off an error by the third baseman of the Raiders. Jacob Reimold had a throwing error, and Connor Regan was standing over at third and was able to score on the play. So score here now, 9-6 here in Galion, Ohio at Hydes Park. I'm still joined by my partner tonight, Luke Sievert. Scouts have Noah Orlando on second base. And 2 down here in the top half of the fifth as Nicholas Wright, who took over for De La Cruz last inning, still in as Orlando's running off before Wright could even let go of the pitch, and Orlando will get caught in the pickle, and that'll be the third out of the inning for the Scouts as Orlando thought he could slide on by Nicholas Smith there. And we'll be back here for the bottom half of the fifth. Scouts are up 9-6 here on the Graders, and you're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. All right, so that was
1 run.
5-6. At least. I'm going to do 1 to 5 to 6 for the third out. So 1 run. No hits, 2 errors. And no one left on base.
Yep. Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh. They heard you humming. Alright, and then
4 people heard that.
yeah. Don't worry, one was probably my mom, one was probably someone else.
Probably my dad.
Yeah.
Did Orlando steal second?
Yes, he did.
Now batting for the Raiders.
Welcome back here to Galion, Ohio, as the sun has set here on a very nice night in Galion, Ohio at Hydes Park, as Tyler Pavone will lead things off for the Graders here in the sixth. As Tyler Pavone shows bunt but pulls back, as that will be ball 1 to Pavone. And Thomas Flesser, as we mentioned last inning as we came back, that Flesser took over for Diego there in the fourth, and Flesser still going here as Pavone grounds to Noah Orlando. Orlando with another nice play. Great arm there by Orlando as he makes the 6-3 putout and starting the Scouts out here with an out.
Yeah, Riley, like you said, it's a very nice night here. I don't know how much of it the viewers at home can see, but this is the second night in a row we've just had a great view of a sunset out near center field as the sun was setting, and it's just a beautiful atmosphere to be around.
Really paints a beautiful picture out here in Galion, Ohio, as Luke and I are in the press box elevated as Flesser winds and delivers a first pitch strike to William Hamilton, the DH for the Graders today. Hamilton in the first grounded out to third, and in the third hit a big double off Quinones and scored 3 RBIs off that as he will swing on and miss at that one, and Flesser finds himself up 0-2 on Hitman, not Hamilton. I apologize. Not every day you see a guy with the last name Hitman as Flesser winds and delivers. This ball's in the dirt as the count will go 1-2 to Hitman, the DH for the Graders. Scouts up 9-6 here, the bottom half of the fifth, as Flesser will wind and deliver. Hitman thought about going for that one, but will leave it in the dirt. It's a count leaving up here at 2-2.
First thing you notice when you see Thomas Flesser pitch is that huge 6'5" frame. He's an extremely tall player, and he really uses that to his advantage on the mound as he uses his momentum to drive down the mound and really throw it in there pretty hard.
As the 2-2 pitch to Hitman was called a ball inside, and that'll juice up the count here full for Hitman as Flesser delivers. That ball is high, and he will walk William Hitman on down to first. And Flesser will get his first look at Damon Massey. Massey, who flew out to right field in the second and flew out to the first baseman in the third, promptly ending that big third inning for the Galion Graders. One out here in the bottom of the fifth for the Graders as Flesser throws one a little bit outside there as he will go down 1-0 to Damon Massey. Saw a lot of good things from Flesser in his appearance last Sunday against the Joes. As Regan throws one down to first, but unsuccessful this time. I think he'll be okay with that as Hitman barely gets in there in time.
Yeah, Flesser is from Sunbury, Ohio, and something very interesting about the Xenia Scouts team located in Xenia, Ohio, as I'm sure all of you know. They only have 3 guys on the entire roster that are from the state of Ohio. They have a couple guys from California and Texas and all over too. So it's just interesting to see that people will travel all across the country to come play for the Xenia Scouts team.
As Flesser comes set at the hill, will rock and fire. This one grounded up the middle, and this will ground its way into the outfield all the way to Graham Welch out there as Massey will find himself with his first hit of the night. And the Graders have something going here in the bottom half of the fifth, trying to make up some of the runs that they find themselves down by here. As Flesser will get his first look at Seamus Keneally, and Keneally's got 2 singles on the day. Solid 2 for 2 for the Graders tonight. Flesser will come set, rock and fire. That ball's in the dirt. Runners freeze as they saw Regan throw his mask off and ready to throw one of them out. They've already seen that happen a couple times tonight. And they did not want to be the next victim of Regan's rocket right arm. Flesser will come set here, almost completely dark on the field. Flesser, that ball's a little low and be called a ball. As Keneally find himself with a favorable 2-0 count. Yeah, that sun is set. It is about 9:15 here in Galion, Ohio. As the Flesser's pitch here is swung on and hit by Keneally, and Keneally will find himself with his 3rd single of the game. This one out to center. And the bases are juiced for the top of the Galion Graders order. Flesser here finding himself in a little jam in his 2nd inning of work. As Chris Jordan will make his way to the plate. Jordan 0 for 2 on the night with he's struck out looking in the 2nd, had a fly out to left in the 1st, and in the 4th got on via a hit by pitch. He was one of the many guys Quinones hit tonight as Flesser. That pitch will be outside for ball 1 to Chris Jordan.
Yeah, right here you got bases loaded, 1 out. A double play here from Tom Flesser could be an extremely key point in this game.
Flesser, that ball is low. So he finds himself down 2-0 to Jordan now. As the corners are in, Eater, the first baseman, Bills, the third baseman, in, ready for a play at the plate. As Flesser fires, this ball popped up towards the second baseman, a little bit behind first base, and Tuttle will make the catch, and they're now 2 away for the Scouts here. F4 in your scorebooks, ladies and gents, as there's 2 outs here. as Todd Sikowski will come up to the plate. Sikowski is 0 for 2 on the night. He was hit by a pitch in the first and grounded out to second and short, also in this game. So bases are still juiced here, but 2 outs, so a lot more of a favorable situation for Flesser here. As a grounder could easily end the inning. Connor Regan going out there to talk to Flesser. As a pinch runner is being done by the Galion Graders. Damon Massey will run off the field and could not quite tell who ran out for him to pinch run, but we'll let you guys know that as soon as we do. But a pinch runner for the Graders, possibly get some speed over there at second in case hopefully a single will try to score 2. Got to be what's in Coach Jared Gaynor's mind here. Flesser will pitch from the stretch, rocks and fires. That pitch is a little high for ball 1 to Sikowski. Runners get their leads. Flesser comes set at the hill. Leg kick and throw. This one is popped up in the infield. Orlando and Bills under it. Bills will make the grab, and the Flesser will get out of the bases loaded jam.
Excellent
F5
job.
in your scorebooks. I repeat that, Luke. An excellent job there by Flesser getting out of the jam. And the Graders will strand 3 runners on 2 hits. No errors, no runs scored. And the Scouts will lead off the top of the 6th. When we come back, you're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. And we're back here bringing you Xenia Scouts Baseball here in Galion, Ohio. We're here at the top of the 6th as the Scouts find themselves ahead 9-6. And last inning there, Luke Flesser getting himself out of a bases-loaded jam.
Yeah, that was very impressive. You know, I mentioned how double play could be a key play there, but he instead chose to induce 2 infield pop-ups and did the same thing. So great work there.
Starting out this inning at the top of the order is Carson Wright as he fouls off. He'll go down 0-1 here in the count. As I've mentioned, that sun's almost completely down. We can only see it in the distance in the sky. The lights are on here at Hayes Park as Smith delivers. Breaking pitch for strike 2. As Carson Wright will find himself behind. Wright in his last plate appearance hit that 2-run triple. After starting out the day with 2 strikeouts, we'll look to as he calls time, he'll look to continue his little heat streak here off that triple. Wright likes to shake his bat up there in the batter's box as Nicholas Smith will wind and deliver. Wright strikes one out in the right field, but right to the right fielder, Andrew Stone, and Stone will make the play. Carson Wright flying out to right field there for the first out of the inning. And his college teammate at Lipscomb, Chandler Chambers, will make his way to the plate. Chambers today is 1 for 2. Hit a single in the third, singling in a run. Walked in his last plate appearance and was stranded at third. Chambers shows bunt there, but pulls it back after the pitch is over his own eyebrows, and Chambers will take a 1-0 count. A lot of this Scouts offense we've seen this year will come from bunts occasionally, so things we have to watch out for is Chambers rips one down the left field foul area, and he will even up the count here at 1-1. Chambers here looking to get something started for his Scouts team. So that ball's in the dirt. 2-1 the count, and the Scouts, other than the first inning, have scored a run in every inning except the first.
Oh, I just found out that this spring Chambers, he only had 29 at-bats for Lipscomb. He didn't play that much, but he's a younger guy. But in one of those at-bats, he did hit a home run, so he definitely has the power to do that. And we'll see if he can put one out right here or at all for the rest of the summer.
Chambers calls time, and that 2-1 pitch was a ball, so Chambers will find himself ahead here 3-1 as Damon Massey, as at least I believe it to still be Damon Massey. He did get a pinch runner for him in that last inning, and a substitution was not announced, so the catcher, I would say, for the Graders, making his way out to Nicholas Wright. Possible confusion between signs there, as the catcher will take his spot behind home plate, and Wright will wind and deliver. Chambers swung on, fouled off, but caught by the catcher, so the count will be juiced up here at 3-2. We'll see what Chambers can do here with a full count. So Nicholas Wright eyes in for a sign, winds, leg kick and deliver. Chambers liner right to the third baseman. Nice line shot from Chambers, but just stuck it right to the third baseman, Jacob Reimold. And that'll be the second out of the inning for the Scouts.
It's two outs in this inning, but both really hard hit balls off the bat of Wright and then Chambers. You know, sometimes that's just how the game of baseball works. Sometimes you can hit it hard and hit him right at him. Have nothing to show for it.
As a first pitch to Graham Welch is a ball. Welch today, 1 for 3. He had that comebacker right to De La Cruz in the first, hit a single in the big third inning by the Scouts, and flew out to the third baseman in the foul territory in the fourth, as Welch will swing on and miss at the second pitch of the at-bat, evening it up at 1-1. Nicholas Smith, I should say, working quick here. That is called a strike on the breaking pitch. And Welch will find himself down here 1-2 early in this at-bat. See if he can fight back here or if Smith wants to be done with him. That pitch is way high over the catcher and umpire's head. The count will even up at 2-2. Nick Smith working really, really fast here.
It appeared that Smith fell after delivering that pitch. I don't know if he's injured, I believe their pitching coach will come out and talk to him. I don't know if he just slipped or if there could be something more to it.
This is a traditional field here at Galion, so it's very possible that the dirt up there on the mound caused him to slip, but he did slip. Coach comes out, umpire comes out, see what was going on up there on the hill, because they do not want an unnecessary injury to happen because of something that can easily be fixed. Seems that the umpire and the Graders coach seems to be okay with the situation now. Nicholas Smith seems to be okay, and he will get back on the rubber and deliver the 2-2 pitch here to Welch, and Welch will foul that one off as he continues to stay alive.
You know, most of the time when stuff like that happens on a baseball field, it's not a big deal. Mostly they can just get back up, and when stuff like that happens on a baseball field, it's not a big deal. Mostly they can just get back. But non-contact injuries like that with knees and ACLs and stuff like that can be extremely scary. You would have hate to see that happen for Smith right there.
As Welch lines one, bounces once before the second baseman, Tyler Pavone, and he will finish the playoff there, put that as a 4-3 putout. And Nicholas Smith there setting the scouts down in order. Scouts with no runs on no hits, no men left on base, and we'll come back with you guys for the bottom half of the sixth. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Oh my lord. Is your mic still on?
No, I'm going to dedicate this segment to my floor's Prince and Pace
Thought I heard.
and
The
Whitney's
static.
Uptown Galion.
1, 2, 3. We will pick a player of the game, though. We just won't probably bring him up here because of time constraints and everything. By the time this game's over, it'll probably be close to 11, if not over.
Maybe Bright with a business claim triple, or not business claim with
Yeah.
triple.
Yeah, I definitely think he's got to be a hitter because their bats have been wild today.
Anybody have multiple hits?
Back now with the Galion
Bergman's 1
Raiders
for 1.
is number 24, Juan De La Cruz.
Yeah, nobody has multiple hits.
Yeah, you're right.
Bright's the only one with multiple RBIs. So
Yeah, well,
that's scary.
as right now, we'll say Carson Wright for sure.
We're back here for the call on the bottom half of the sixth as Flesser starts out Juan De La Cruz with a strike. Sorry to give you guys that late arrival, but we are here still. At least I hope so. I think our technical difficulties have subsided for the moment as Flesser will wind and deliver the 0-1 to De La Cruz, who puts a big swing on it, but ultimately leads to strike two as Flesser will look to set down Juan De La Cruz here on strikes. Flesser been quite impressive so far in his outing today. And De La Cruz will go down right there on 3 straight strikes. Put that as a straightforward K. And your scorebook is Flesser will get the first out of the inning on De La Cruz. And De La Cruz has had a tale of 2 games today for sure. After last night going 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 doubles, and going 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 doubles, and a single. Today is just 1 for 4 with a single. Flesser about to see Andrew Stone. Winds in, delivers to Stone. Stone will foul that one way out to the left side of the baseball field. He'll go down 0-1.
And I know it's early, but with De La Cruz, he came into this game leading the GLSCL in batting average. But since we're so early, every out counts against that a substantial average. But since we're so early, every out counts against that a substantial amount. So I wonder if he'll still be leading after this game.
As a chopper from Andrew Stone here down the third baseline. Bills was not able to get that throw over there in time, and that's something you have to watch out for on these traditional baseball fields is the grass will slow down grounders, and that's exactly what it just did there to Bills.
Number 12, Jacob Reibel.
And the Graders will have a base runner here in Andrew Stone as Jacob Reimold, the third baseman, will make his way to the plate. Reimold today, 2 walks and a ground out to the second baseman. Oh, and Flesser with a pickoff move, but overthrows Eater by 1.5 feet at least. As Stone will make his way all the way to third. Big mistake there by Flesser as the pickoff attempt went way over Eater's head, and Eater's no short man by any standards.
You know, I don't have any definitive numbers right now, but sorry about that. I don't have any definitive numbers right now, but this has really been a sloppy game for both teams with all of the wild pitches, all the walks, all the errors. You know, sometimes games are just like that, but today has definitely not been clean baseball from either of these teams.
As Reimold will foul off the first pitch of the at-bat. A lot better situation for Reimold here as he came up to the plate with a man on first, and before he even saw a pitch, that man was on third. As Flesser will take back to the rubber, and Flesser kicks and delivers. That pitch is looked at but called a strike. A strike. As Reimold finds himself in the 0-2 hole. If you're just joining us, Scouts are up here 9-6 in the bottom half of the sixth inning here in Galion, Ohio, as Reimold pops one up here in the shallow center field as Welch makes the play. And nothing going on from the runner over there at third. Andrew Stone will stay home as Welch will make that put out, and Scouts now have 2 outs here in the bottom half of the sixth, as the second baseman, Tyler Pavone, will make his way to the plate, and Pavone is 0 for 1 on the day with a couple of walks. Well, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a ground out to the shortstop.
Yeah, Flesser right here still has to get this last out, but in the past couple innings, he has been fantastic with men in scoring position, getting pop outs and not allowing them to tag up or score throughout the remainder of the inning.
And that first pitch to Pavone is a little high, called the ball. Flesser will start this out 1-0. Flesser looks in for a sign, kicks and delivers. That ball is in the dirt. Regan has a hold of it, though, so runner will not be going anywhere. Count 2-0 to Tyler Pavone. Flesser here will wipe off the rubber and get back to work. Try to deliver a strike, and he delivers another ball in the dirt as the count goes 3-0 here to Tyler Pavone. Scouts have accrued 8 hits so far in this game on 9 runs. And the Graders have accrued 7 hits as the 3-0 pitch is a ball. And Flesser will walk Tyler Pavone to first. So there are runners on first and third here with 2 outs. And the designated hitter, William Hitman, up for the Graders. Hitman doubled earlier in this game, doubled home 3 runs on that hit.
Yeah, 3 RBI already tonight, and he has an opportunity to do that again right now.
As Flesser will come set at the hill.
Has an opportunity to do that again right now.
As Flesser will come set at the hill, leg kick and deliver.
It's also worth mentioning that on that 3 RBI double, there were 2 outs in the inning, and there are 2 outs in this inning right now. So I guess you can never count out William Hitman.
As that first pitch was delivered a ball. As Flesser leg kicks and delivers a second pitch. This pitch is in there on the inside corner as Flesser will even up the count here at 1. Tyler Pavone there at first after he just walked in that last plate appearance, and Andrew Stone singled earlier this inning but finds himself on third as Hitman will swing on and miss at that one and go down 1-2 in the count. Stone got to third from a throwing error from Thomas Flesser, the pitcher, tried to pick off Stone and overthrew his first baseman, and Stone was able to get to third on just 1 throw. So Flesser here looking to erase all that here with 1 pitch as he's up 1-2 on William Hitman. Called strike 3 as Regan even dropped the pitch, even though it was a beauty, but Hitman didn't seem to care as he was already walking back. That'll be the third out of the inning, and again, 2 men left on there for the Graders on 1 hit. No one scored, and Flesser with a. That'll be the third out of the inning. 2 men left on there for the Graders on 1 hit. No Flesser with another very good inning. We'll be back with the top half of the 7th. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
2, 1 error, 2 hits, 1 hit. Yeah, 0. Higher than the ceiling. We see ultimate feeling. This isn't that song, but it's that beat, so I'm kind of confused. Dave just texted me and said the broadcast sounds good. Awesome. Kind of sad that it's not Sugar How You Get So Fly, though. Oh, there it is. It's not it. It's not real.
I think I know that. Sugar How You Get So Fly.
Gifted sugar, how you get so fly. You never heard that song? It's an older song. It's like
Yeah,
a 2000s R&B type.
I'm sure I've heard it before.
Yeah, let's come back.
Welcome back here to Galion, Ohio, here at Ice Park for the top half of the 7th as your Xenia Scouts lead the Galion Graders 9-6. And Nicholas Smith here will start us off on the mound as Bertelsmann will make his way to the plate. Bertelsmann today is 1 for 1, 2 walks and a single on the day. So he'll take that ball high. Bertelsmann's done a very good job this year of seeing the ball, hitting the ball. He's just been a great batter so far for the Scouts this year as Smith's pitch will be in the dirt and Bertelsmann will find himself ahead quickly here 2-0. Nicholas Smith looking in for the sign. Gets it. And thought he got it. Thought he was about to start his wind-up, but steps off the rubber. As he comes back, tries to find that sign. Start his wind-up here. Delivers. Almost hits Bertelsmann in the ear with that one, but Bertelsmann able to move his head out of the way as he will find himself in a 3-0 count. Once again. Bertelsmann will look at that one as it is called a strike, and count will go to 3-1 here. Still a very favorable count for Ryan Bertelsmann, Baylor University guy. As he fouls this one off. This one might be catchable by the fence. And I do not think he made that grab over there at third. The third baseman, Jacob Reimold, reaching over the fence to try to make the grab, but was unable to. As Bertelsmann will get another crack at it as he will go back to the plate with a 3-2 count here against Nicholas Smith.
No, that was a great effort by Reimold over there at third, trying to lean over the fence and make that play. And
Bertelsmann swings on and lines one out in the left field for his second hit of the ball game. Bertelsmann thinking two right out the gate as he slides in, and he will be called out at second. Bertelsmann was trying to put the wheels on there. Credit him with the single, but he was thrown out by the left fielder, Todd Sikowski, trying to go to second. So give that a 7-4 put out, I should say. For the first out of the inning, Bertelsmann got a little cocky, but we have seen his wheels and work, and he did not hesitate. He immediately rounded first and was thinking second the whole time as Eder will make his way to the plate, and he will look at a strike and go down 0-1 here.
When I say that Cates loves aggressive base running, that doesn't just mean stealing bags and advancing on wild pitches. It also means stuff like that, trying to take the extra base whenever you can and in a situation like this, even though he got thrown out, that's still a nice base running move by Bertelsmann.
And Nicholas Smith's second pitch of the at bat to Eater will be in the dirt as Eater's count will even up here at 1-1. And you just never know with that Bertelsmann play, like how lazy the defense is playing it. And especially with this real grass, the ball tends to stop quicker, so a lot of factors in play.
Another factor is he basically had to make a perfect throw and able to get Bertelsmann. If it would have been off to the left or the right just by a tad, Bertelsmann probably would have been in there safely.
And Eater is actually hit by the 1-1 pitch, so Eater will make his way to first. And will be the first base run of the inning for the Scouts as Connor Regan will make his way to the plate. Regan tonight is 0 for 2. So he's reached via an error and a walk. And he flew out to right field in the third inning. So Regan will take that right-handed batter's box as Smith throws over to Eater, but Eater only had a couple steps off the bag, so Eater back easily and safely. Nicholas Smith comes set, eyes down Eater, throws to Regan. That ball clips the outside part of the plate as Regan will start out this affair 0-1. Regan looking to get his first hit of the night. Here against Nicholas Smith. Smith steps off the rubber. Eater's not getting too far off that bag, and we haven't seen much of Eater's speed yet on the base paths, but you never know as that ball's in the dirt to Regan. Count evens up at 1-1. As Smith will take the rubber once again. Eater with a modest lead off first. Regan honing in on the Nicholas Smith here. Smith throws over to Eater again, and Eater not even getting dirty on that. Doesn't see a point when he's not getting too far of a lead as he gets back easily and safely once again.
Interesting little tidbit about Regan. He attends Wright State University where he plays his college baseball, and
that pitch to Regan's in the dirt.
And he attends Wright State University, and we've mentioned earlier that Ryan Bertelsmann goes to Baylor. Baylor actually defeated Wright State University in the College World Series regional round in the postseason this year. So interesting little bad blood between them, but I'm sure that everything has worked out fine.
As Regan swings on and misses at the 2-1 pitch, and we'll find the count evened up at 2-2 here for Regan. Eater with that modest lead off first. Could be a base running guy, but I do not see it here as Nicholas Smith winds and delivers. And Regan is called out on strikes. He will look at that one. Give him a backwards K in your scorebooks as that will be the second out of the inning for the Graders. As the third baseman, Ben Bills, will make his way to that right-handed batter's box. Bills today is 1 for 3 with that single in the third. And that actually started out the fourth, I should say, started out the fourth inning for the Xenia Scouts. 2 outs here with Eater on first and Bills at the plate as Nicholas Smith leg kick and fires. That will be called a strike to Bills as Bills will start out this at bat 0-1. And completely dark out here now. The light's the only way we can see this ball game now. No sun in sight. Nicholas Smith looks in for his sign. Coach Bubba Cates really wants a runner over there by him at third. As Ben Bills awaits the pitch. He'll foul that one off and find himself down 0-2 here. Bills, as I had mentioned earlier, goes to Nyack College, located in New York, in case you were wondering. Nicholas Smith here comes set again. Fires. That one's in the dirt. Eater thought it was going to go by him, but he'll find himself in a pickle of his own, but makes his way back to first. Good job by Eater there. Being patient on the base paths, making his way back to first safely. After the pitch in the dirt from Nicholas Smith, count will go to 1-2 against Ben Bills. We've seen quite a few pickles here today. A couple runners get into some precarious situations. Eater able to get out of his own right there. Smith will fire. That one's high and inside, almost hit Ben Bills. Actually, his account will even up at 2-2.
Yeah, I don't know how many Reds fans we have listening, but the other night in Kansas City, Billy Hamilton was able to get out of a pickle, and the next few batters later, Joey Votto hit a bases clearing triple, and they ended up winning that game. So
Smith fires back to first base, trying to get Eater. Eater hasn't really shown that he was going to take second with the exception of the ball in the dirt. So Smith just seems to think Eater's a speedster over there as Smith fires. That one's low and away to Bills as Bills has worked himself into a full count here after being down 0-2.
I just added it up, and scouts have stolen successfully 9 times tonight. So even though Eater might not be the speediest guy, you still can see him go, and there he goes. And
going on the 3-2 pitch there as Bills will walk. So Nicholas Smith there had Bills 0-2, unable to finish the at-bat with a out, and Bills will find his way at first. Eater at second with Nick Tuttle up, and Tuttle is 1 for 2 on the day. He walked in the 4th, had a single in the 3rd, and struck out in the 5th. Tuttle here with a 1 runner in scoring position, and don't be Tuttle, that right-handed batter. Do not be surprised if Coach Bubba Cates calls a double steal here with that right-handed batter blocking the catcher's view of third base. As Tuttle's almost hit by that pitch as he goes up 1-0, and Eater over there was chopping his feet up over there, trying to make some noise, maybe rile up the catcher a little bit. It's a very, very mental game we play here. Anything that can knock your opponent off balance as Smith delivers. Tuttle will have a charging grounder as the third baseman Reimold is unable to get there and make the throw in time. Credit an infield single to Nick Tuttle as the bases are juiced here for the Scouts with 2 outs in the top half of the 7th, with shortstop Noah Orlando making his way to the plate.
We've talked a lot about the athleticism of this Xenia Scouts team, and on that ground ball right there, you know, with a slower runner, it might have been a close play, and he might have even been out, but that play wasn't even close. Tuttle was flying down that line, and that can really change the game.
That infield grass possibly coming into effect yet again as that ball died pretty early in the grass as Smith kicks this first one to Orlando. Orlando with a line shot over the second baseman's head, and this might score 2. Play at the plate. The throw is not there in time, and Orlando will score 2 on the double as he advanced on the throw. So actually credit Orlando with a single, then the fielder's choice to give him on second. He scored Bills and Eater on that play. So give him 2 RBIs. What a great piece of hitting there by Orlando on the very first pitch. Just drove it out there to right field.
You know, we've talked a lot about Orlando's glove so far this season, and, you know, he bats 9th. He's not an excellent hitter so far this year, but if he could come around on the hitting too, he could be an all-out, all-around great player for the Xenia Scouts team this summer.
As Carson Wright makes his way to the left-handed batter's box and will take a strike for the first pitch of this at-bat. Nicholas Smith had a 1-2-3 inning there, 6, but has found himself behind here in the 7th as he delivers another strike to Carson Wright. Carson Wright today 1 for 4 with that triple that scored 2 Scouts runs in the 4th inning. He's got 2 more possible RBIs out there right now with ducks on the pond as Smith kicks, and Carson Wright will go down on strikes as he swings at that one in the dirt. Consider this inning over for the Scouts, but not before they score 2 runs on that Noah Orlando single. Scouts score 2 runs on a couple hits, leave 2 guys on base. We'll come back to you with more action at the bottom half of the 7th. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Welcome back, everybody, and we're back here at the bottom half of the 7th after a little stretch here in Galion, Ohio, here at Ice Park, and your Xenia Scouts scored 2 more runs. If you're just joining us, scored 2 more runs there in the top half of the 7th off a Noah Orlando single. As Thomas Flesser will go back to work here against Damon Masser, I believe, and that is a first pitch strike. Damon Massey, not Masser, I apologize. Flesser will continue his work here, going from the windup. This ball's in the dirt. Only went about 54 of that 60 feet 6 inches. That'll be ball 1. Evens up the count there at 1-1 here to the 8-hole hitter of the Galion Graders. We're approaching 10 o'clock here in Galion, Ohio. Flesser. His pitch is swung on and fouled up way out of play, and he will find himself ahead here 1-2. Looking to set Galion down in order here. Flesser. Another foul. Another ball fouled here out of play.
If you're at home listening live and wondering if this game is abnormally long, the answer is that yes, it has been. You know, the first couple innings, both pitchers have struggled with control a lot. When you're throwing a lot of balls, the game just slows down a little bit.
As another foul ball. Flesser's.
You know, each at bat, when there are control issues, it can just carry on. So, yeah, that's why this game has been taking so long.
Flesser will get a grounder right back to him. Still able to make the play, and he will. That ball was a very hard comebacker on the ground to Flesser. Bounced off his body, but he was able to compose himself, run, grab the ball, and make the play to first. So credit a 1-3 put out to Flesser, and he gets that first out of the inning. As the center fielder, Seamus Keneally will make his way to the plate, and he is a perfect 3 for 3 on the day. Here against the Scouts, he has 3 singles.
Yeah, Keneally plays his college ball at Marietta College, which is in the same conference that Tom Flesser pitches in for Ohio Northern. So I wonder if they faced each other in conference play before this. And Tom Flesser pitches in for Ohio Northern. So I wonder if they faced each other in conference play before this. And if not, I'm sure there's still a bit of a rivalry between them.
As Flesser's first pitch is high and away to Keneally. Count will go to 1-0. As Keneally is, as we mentioned, singled 3 times today. 1 was an infield single, 2 shots to the outfield, but any way you get on base will count here. As Flesser delivers a strike on the inside part of the plate. Count will go 1-1. As Flesser going from the windup, we mentioned that big 6'5" frame. He's tall glass of water up there on that hill as he delivers. This ball is fouled behind the plate. Count will go to 1-2. And Flesser will look to finish another grader here as he nears the top of the order. Christopher Jordan on deck. Flesser throwing a ball back. He didn't like it too much. And we'll continue play here. Flesser seems to be okay after that comebacker there, that last batter. Doesn't seem to have any injury. So that's very good to see if you're a Scouts fan. As this one is popped up in the infield. As Tuttle makes the grab after Eder and Orlando field. As Tuttle makes the grab after Eder and Orlando were by him. Is still made. Credit that a fly out to the second baseman Tuttle, and Flesser will find himself back at the top of the order against the Graders here as Chris Jordan, the shortstop, will make his way out. And Christopher Jordan today is 0 for 3. Flew out to Tuttle. Back in the 5th. Has a walk on the day, a strikeout looking, and he also flew out to left as Flesser winds and delivers. This ball's a little high. That'll be a 1-0 count to Christopher Jordan. Flesser, leg kick and delivers. That ball's fouled away. The count will even at 1-1. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 11-6 in favor of your Xenia Scouts here in Galion, Ohio at Hayes Park. Nearing 10 o'clock here as Flesser winds and delivers. And that pitch is called a strike. Hitting that outside part of the black there of the plate. The count will go 1-2. Flesser looking to end this inning right here. This is grounded up the middle. Orlando on it. Tries to make the play, and his throw is not in time, but still a very good defensive play by Orlando. Might not have gotten the out, but he did not let that ball get to the grass. So Christopher Jordan will have his first hit of the game. And now with Jordan on first, Todd Sikowski, the left fielder, will make his way to the plate. Sikowski is also 0 for 3 on the day. Couple ground outs, couple pop outs. So he will foul that off for his first strike. Count will be 0-1.
You know, if anybody at home is wondering where the name Graders comes from for Galion, I just learned that Galion used to be known for having an industry that made road equipment, specifically road graders. And apparently these road graders were made in Galion, are still all over the world today, and they truly believe that the name Graders represents the history of this small town. So that's where the name comes from. It's pretty unique. You'll find some unique names in this GLSCO, and that's one of them.
Thank you for that bit of information, Luke, as Sikowski sends one deep in the center. This one's going to hit the fence as Sikowski's rounds first, heading to second, and Chris Jordan will head home on this very deep fly ball. And the Graders have added a run here in the bottom half of the 7th off a double from Todd Sikowski, getting his first hit of the game, and what a way to do it. Just sent Graham Welch way back to that deep center field fence here in Galion.
Batting now for the Galion Graders is number 24, Juan De La Cruz.
Now coming up for the Graders is Juan De La Cruz, who had that big night last night, but is 1 for 4 on the day today. See if he can show up when his team needs him right here as Flesser comes set at the hill. Will fire. This is grounded back to Flesser, and this will be an easy play as Flesser runs it over. Underhands it to Caleb Eder at first, and that will be the bottom half of the 7th. Credit a 1-3 put out there. The Graders score 1 run on 2 hits. Leave 1-3 put out there. The Graders score 1 run on 2 hits. Base, and the Xenia Scouts will start out the 8th inning here. When we come back, you're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
7749. Once again, tonight's winning 50-50 ticket number is 327.
One guy left.
49. Once again, tonight's winning 50-50.
One guy left.
7749. If You've got that winning ticket. Come on up. We'll give you $24. That is the 50-50. One more time on the 50-50 ticket. 327-7749.
Money can't buy me love.
Hey, Massey's out of the game, isn't he?
I don't know.
Who?
Massey.
I think they just pinch ran for him.
Oh, courtesy runner? Maybe.
Kurt, yeah, because he's the catcher. I'm not sure though, because there was 2 outs when that happened. But oh no, I can't hear the PA announcements, so I don't know when. Money can't buy me love.
Same picture.
Yeah, it looks like it's still 18, 19, or whatever he was. I need to pull up their roster again. At least theirs, so I can find out when they're doing stuff. Let's come back here.
Batting now with the Scouts is number 7.
We're back here in Galion, Ohio for the top half of the 8th here for your Xenia Scouts as Chandler Chambers will start us off here. As he bunts one down the third base line, but it will dribble. Foul. Chambers will take a strike there. Very nice bunt, but a little too much English on it, favoring that foul line, and it goes over, and Chambers will have to make his way back to that right-handed batter's box. We've seen quite a few successful bunts for a hit by the Scouts team already this season, and that was just inches away from being another one.
Yeah, Chambers had a big one in the win against Lima a couple of nights ago. It was actually a suicide squeeze that was executed perfectly. Chambers made it to first safely, and Noah Orlando was able to score on that bunt. So he's obviously a very talented bunter and a very talented baseball player.
As the 0-1 to Chambers was breaking ball, making its way into the zone, so Chambers will find himself down 0-2 here. As Nicholas Wright, or Smith, I should say. This one's fouled behind the plate, and Massey will make the grab. That'll be the first out of the inning. Credit F2 there. And Chambers will take his seat in the dugout, and Graham Welch, the center fielder, will make his way out there. Welch today's got 1 hit, an RBI. It's 1 for 4 total on the day, and Welch will take this first pitch for a strike. So Welch will start out this account 0-1. Nicholas Smith has been done pretty well here, and some relief for the Galion graders, as has Thomas Flesser for the Scouts. So very nice to see that, as Graham Welch will foul this one off. Almost hits the lights over here on the third base foul side, as Graham Welch will find himself down 0-2 now. So Nicholas Wright here in the 8th inning, starting out very strong and counts 0-2 both times here already. Smith will step off the rubber, comes back on as Welch awaits the 0-2 here. Smith fires. Welch will swing on that one in the dirt. Drop third strike just to get that out. De La Cruz squeezes it. And credit a strikeout for Nicholas Smith, as there's 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th, as Ryan Bertelsmann, who is 2 for 2 on the day, will make his way up to the plate. His last at bat ripped a line shot into left field, but maybe got a little greedy. Maybe he was just being aggressive. You can make your own assumptions on that. Try to get second, was thrown out going to second, but was a very close play over there as Smith winds and delivers. Bertelsmann sends another shot into left field, his 3rd hit of the day. Let's see if he chests that arm again. I don't think he will. He'll stay at first, and the Scouts have a base runner here with 2 outs in the top half of the 8th. Bertelsmann with another beautiful shot to the outfield.
I don't want to discredit any of these other Scouts players at all, but Bertelsmann just continues to be the most impressive Scout I've seen so far early in the season.
3 for 3 tonight. He's had a couple multi-hit games already this year. Will look to be a fixture in this Scouts batting lineup, as Caleb Eater will make his way to that right-handed batter's box. Swung on and missed at that first pitch from Nicholas Smith. Count him at 0-1. As Bertelsmann gets his lead, and Bertelsmann is dangerous on the base paths. So be looking for him to have some action over there. Smith taking his time, leg kick and delivers. Eater. Massey throws back to first on that, but Bertelsmann back in time. Eater takes the ball, count 1-1. Just to remind you all, it is 11-7 in favor of your Xenia Scouts here in Galion, Ohio. So they lost that first of 2 games yesterday, 13-4. Looking to come back with a win here today as they are up 11-7, as I stated. And Nicholas Smith here fires. That ball is low, and Caleb Eater will find himself with a 2-1 count.
You know, Riley, if this lead does hold for the Scouts and they end up winning this game, that'll be the 2 wins that they have this year will both be coming after their 2 worst losses of the year. Games where they just didn't compete very well and they just simply get blown out. And so it's nice to see the resiliency of this team.
And Bertelsmann was running on that pitch. It was in the dirt, pass ball, wild pitch, whatever you want to call it. And Bertelsmann made his way to third on the wild pitch, so credit him with the stolen base to second, the wild pitch to third. And Eater here with a 3-1 count has a fellow scout over there 90 feet away from scoring. Eater will take that batter's box and will look to get back that run that the Graders got last inning. Smith here almost hits Eater. Eater will take his walk. So he'll make his way to first base. Eater, the second walk of the night.
For you Reds fans out there, just got word that the Reds lost tonight to the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-2. Starting pitcher Matt Harvey was taxed with the loss tonight for the Reds, so he falls to 1-5, and I'm not exactly sure what the Reds' record is, but any Reds fan can tell you it's not good.
Not good at all. As Connor Regan will make his way to the plate, and he is 0 for 3 on the night. Regan will be looking for his first hit right here with runners in scoring position. That pitch hits the outside part of the plate, called a strike by our home plate umpire, and Regan will find himself down 0-1 here. Very nice night here in Galion, Ohio, as we've mentioned a couple times this broadcast. The sun is way down. It is almost 10:15 here. Smith fires, and that is a pass ball. Check swing. Bertelsmann will easily find his way home. There, I'm not sure what the umpire credited that pitch, if Regan checked his swing in time or not. It was a ball, but I do not know if Regan swung at it or not. But Bertelsmann making his way home on the wild pitch, and Eater made his way to second as well. And our scoreboard here says it is 1-1. Oh, and the umpire actually just said that was a swing. So Connor Regan is down 0-2 here with 2 outs. And his teammate Caleb Eater over at second. So Scouts quickly making up that run they gave up last inning. And Regan will strike out swinging there for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Scouts are able to get that run back off 1 hit. 1 man left on base, and we'll come back with the bottom half of the 8th. When we return, you're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Once again, folks, thanks for coming out to Stadium. Welcome to the Galion Raiders. Take on the Xenia Scouts. Take an opportunity here to thank all of our sponsors. Tonight's contest and other promotional considerations are being brought to you by Ralphie's, 92.7 WQEL, Mayor Tom O'Leary, Gilbert Manufacturing, Crossroads Candles, Cooper's Bell, My Floors Prints and Paints, Galion, McDonald's, Avita Health Systems, Carter Electric Power Alley, Wendy's Uptown Galion, American Sign, and Banner 81 Printing, Sleep In and Suites in Galion, and Three Sisters Farms, also Crawford County Partnership. This is Galion Raiders Baseball.
hate sitting. Like I'm about to go sit in the car here after this for 2 more hours after I just sat here. Let's come back.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the eighth here at High.
Like I'm about to go sit in the car here after this for 2 more hours after I just sat here. Come back.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the eighth here at Hyde Park as Stone will lead things off for the Thomas Flesser, still your pitcher on the mound for the Scouts. Flesser's done very well in relief work here tonight. So he'll fire that one in for a ball. One thing about Flesser is we've really been hearing that mitt pop tonight from him. As he winds and delivers the 1-0 pitch, and that is low.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely. We're pretty far away from the field here in this press box, and you can hear it echo throughout as the sound waves reach up here. And a lot of that can be credited to his tall frame that we talked about earlier.
And Andrew Stone there fouling that one down the right field line. So the count will go 2-1 here. In the affair here between Thomas Flesser and Andrew Stone. Stone tonight has 2 singles. As he pops this one out in the foul territory down the left field line. And that lands in fair territory as there are 3 scouts surrounding it. Looks like Orlando, Bills, and Chambers were all around that ball, but none of them made the grab. Seemed to be a communication lapse, but nonetheless, as a single for Andrew Stone, his 3rd one of the night.
You know, that's just one of the funny things about baseball. It landed about 6 inches away from being foul, and it landed about 6 inches away from every scout player that was running towards it. So it just managed to fall in there. Stuff like that happens. It's just part of the game.
As Flesser's first pitch to Jacob Reimold is outside for ball 1. Reimold tonight is 0 for 2. A couple of got hit twice. His first 2 plate appearance, he was hit by a pitch by Diego Quinones, the starter tonight. But since has not had any time on base, that pitch will be low. Count goes to 2-0. Flesser will take the rubber again. Andrew Stone over there on first base after the bloop single. Flesser will step off the rubber here. He'll step back on and try to get back to work here against Jacob Reimold. Flesser gets his sign, kicks, and delivers. That ball is outside. The count will go 3-0 to Reimold. You got to be thinking that Coach Bubba Cates would like to have some type of arm warmed up in the bullpen. Flesser's been going out there a while as he walks Jacob Reimold. And the Graders have men on first and second here with no outs early here in the bottom half of the eighth.
You know, there's no designated closer on this pitching staff, but if Flesser's able to get out of this on his own, I wonder if Bubba Cates will use a closer by committee and pick one of his bullpen guys to go out there and try to get the save for the Scouts tonight.
As Tyler Pavone comes up for the Graders, Pavone is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and 2 walks, and he grounded out also in the 5th as he takes that first pitch for a ball, and now we've seen quite a few, some control lapses here from Flesser this inning after having a very solid 3 innings of work. So he kicks and delivers. That is a swinging strike as he will even up the count at 1-1.
That pitch right there was thrown pretty hard. There's obviously no radar gun in these GLSCL games that is shown on a video board or anything like that, but that pitch right there had to be up there.
Flesser's been firing today, as we have mentioned, and another one right there is another swinging strike from Tyler Pavone, as the count is now 1-2. Flesser's shown a talent here for getting out of jams with minimal damage, if any. See if he can do that again here in the 8th. As he fires. That one, I'm not sure where that one missed, folks. It looked like a pretty good pitch to me, but home plate umpire deems it a ball, and that count will leave up at 2-2. But Flesser wasn't phased by the call as he gets right back to work. Kicks and delivers. A check swing foul tip from Pavone there as he stays alive. Flesser had to one him out on that one after seeing the check swing, but fortunately threw the ball to his bat.
Yeah, and that can be frustrating as a pitcher when you make a really good pitch like that and the batter just throws the bat at it, fouls it off, and wastes it, and you got to make another one.
As Flesser steps off the hill, gets his sign from Regan as he tries to get back on the rubber and tries to get Tyler Pavone out here with no outs in the bottom half of the eighth. As Pavone, there it is, strikes out swinging on that one, and Flesser will have his first out of the inning. And we'll see if he can work his way out of another jam as runners are on first and second here with one out in the eighth as William Hitman makes his way to the plate. And the only hit to Hitman's credit today was that 3-run double he hit back in the third. But since that, he's been quiet as Flesser delivers. That ball's high and away for ball one. Flesser here got to be thinking pitching to contact. His defense has been marvelous tonight. I should believe the only error the Scouts have tonight is from Flesser on that pickoff throw back in the 6th inning. And Flesser here stepping off the rubber quite frequently.
You know, that's been a trend early on in this year. I wish I had numbers for you guys, but the Scouts' defense has played extremely well. Not very many errors in any game.
As Flesser delivers a strike.
And you know, the record doesn't show for it, but eventually playing great defense will end up winning this team some ball games.
As the old saying goes, defense wins championships, and the Scouts have plenty of that as Flesser kicks and delivers. That ball is in the dirt, but in front of Regan. So no runners going there as they know how dangerous Regan can be with his arm. Count goes to 2-1 here to William Hitman, the designated hitter for the Graders tonight. Struck out looking in his last plate appearance. Flesser. That one swung off, tipped, but caught by Regan, and the count will go to 2-2. As Regan here will try to set down another Graders hitter. He's done a very good job of that tonight, especially with runners in scoring position. Seeing two completely different Graders teams and Scouts team compared to last night. As that one is swung on pretty lazily from Hitman, and strike 3. Flesser will take it all the same.
And Riley, I can't recall if you've mentioned this yet tonight or not, but this is a Graders team that's 5-0, undefeated on the year. So if this lead can hold up, looks like the Scouts will be handing them their first loss of the year and breaking that little win streak that they have going on.
Very good, Luke. The Graders have started out this GLSCL season 5-0. Scouts could be the first to dethrone them as Flesser's first pitch is high to the 8-hole hitter who we still believe to be Damon Massey, the catcher, but oh, and we've just been informed that it is Cole Andrews, and Cole Andrews swings on and misses at that one. Count will go to 1-1. Got to believe that Andrews was put in there when that pinch runner was put in. Back in the 5th, I believe. So I apologize to Cole Andrews and Damon Massey as I've been calling that wrong for a little bit here. As Andrews fouls that one off. And the count will go to 1-2. And Flesser, after letting the first two batters of the inning get on base, will look to set them down in order after that. He is 1-2 here with 2 outs, the bottom of the 8th. Flesser comes set, eyes down his runners at second. This one is fouled off and popped out of play. And Cole Andrews will see another pitch. Cole Andrews was that catcher last night. I believe he had a pretty good game last night from that spot. As Flesser comes set here. Eyes the runner back at second. Leg kick and delivers. That swung on and fouled off behind the plate by Cole Andrews. Looking to stay alive here, extend the at-bat. tire Flesser's arm a little more. As Flesser's gone through almost 4 innings of work now. Actually, I believe it is more than 4 innings of work now. Flesser delivers. That ball's a little high, and the count will even at 2-2.
I mentioned the possibility of someone coming in to close this game earlier. There is somebody warming up in the Scouts bullpen, but unfortunately from the angle I am in, I cannot determine who that is, but we will get that to you if they come into the game.
Looks like Sam Drayle, if I'm not mistaken, who saw some action last night as well.
Pitched very well last night, actually.
So we'll keep you updated on that as Flesser with the 2-2 count here on Cole Andrews, the catcher. Runners on first and second, but Flesser looking to end it right here. And Andrews checks his swing as that ball is low, and the count will be full here to Cole Andrews. Andrews able to work a full count after fouling off a few. And Flesser's going to do his best here to not lose this batter. Flesser kicks, runners go. And a ball is called, but we can hear some of the scouts from the dugout. They do not agree with that, as that there looked like there was nothing wrong with that pitch. What do you say, partner?
Yeah, I agree with you for sure. I mean, obviously, umpires aren't perfect. They're going to make mistakes, and you just have to live with it as part of the game. But that definitely could have been a mistake by the umpire there.
And with the bases juiced here, Coach Cates is coming out. He's actually talking to the umpire right now, the home plate umpire, most likely asking where that pitch missed. And Cates will go out and talk to his the home plate umpire, most likely asking where that pitch. And Cates will go out and talk to his hurler.
You know, getting to know Bubba Cates so far this season, he's not one to get mad about anything. I don't even know if I could imagine what he would look like if he was angry, but obviously he's not happy with that call, and he's going to let the umpire know right there.
As Galion has the bases juiced here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And Seamus Keneally is up, and Keneally is 3 for 4 on the night. So Keneally will look to continue his night here as Flesser stays on the mound after the visit from Coach Bubba Cates. The infield will make their way back to their spots. The runners will make their way back to their bases, and Flesser will take the rubber and try to end this inning right here without allowing a run. Flesser comes set. Leg kick and delivers. Swung on and missed by Keneally there. He was way behind that pitch. We've mentioned how Flesser has been wheeling and dealing with some speed up there on the hill. And still going strong here. Comes set and delivers. That ball is outside. Regan doing a good job. Catcher, I should say, Connor Regan doing a good job of making his way over to grab that pitch. Does not want to let anything get by him. It's Flesser. Comes set and delivers. This pitch is inside. Regan loses it, and the runner is coming home, and he will make it home safely after that pass ball. Credit that a pass ball, not a wild pitch. That was a very catchable pitch there from Flesser as that run scores. Graders will score their first run of the 8th, and runners will be on the 2nd and 3rd here for Keneally as Keneally's up 2-1 in this count.
The Graders faithful are starting the Let's Go Graders chant here, trying to encourage the players on the field as they look to make a comeback here in the bottom of the 8th.
And 12-8 now the score here in Galion. So Scouts have had a very good night offensively. But the job is not finished yet as Flesser kicks. That one is swung on and missed by Keneally, and the count goes to 2-2. And like I said, Flesser's been doing a great job tonight of pitching out of jams with minimal to no damage. And looks to do the same here after having bases juiced. could walk away here with only 1 run allowed in the inning. As he kicks and fires. This is fouled off down the first base line. That is something that the Galion hitters have done very well this inning, is keep at-bats alive with fouling them off. Trying to wear into Flesser.
They have been for sure. They've definitely been working counts, fouling pitches off, trying to get Flesser out of
As
the
this is
ballgame.
flown out in the center, Orlando makes the grab, trotting back, and he will end the inning right there. Flesser gonna definitely thank his shortstop for making that play right there. Credit F6. That's the 3rd out of the inning as the Graders score one run, leave a couple guys on base off of only 1 hit on the inning. So Graders and Xenia will go 12-8 here, and we're about to enter the 9th inning. When we come back, you're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
Really 32 pitches that inning? Oh my god.
Mr. Mike Smith.
Really, I think he threw 32 pitches that inning. All right, last inning. Here we go.
We're going on 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, easily. Smith's still on the hill too. Okay, let's come back.
And we're back here in Galion, Ohio for the 9th and hopefully final inning of this marathon game between the Galion Graders and the Xenia Scouts, where Xenia Scouts are ahead 12-8 here in the 9th. Due up this inning, Ben Bills, Nick Tuttle, and Noah Orlando, as Bills will take his spot in the right-handed batter's box. Galion scoring 1 run last inning, making up that run the Scouts scored in their half of the 8th. So Nicholas Smith still on the hill. He'll deliver a ball to Ben Bills, the third baseman. Bills tonight got a single, a walk, strikeout, and a ground out tonight. And he will take that strike there, even the count at 1-1.
You know, a four-run lead is usually enough to work with where you can win a ball game, but you know, some teams just can really make late game pushes and tend to come back. So
Bills grounds that one to the third baseman, and Jacob Reimold able to make that play there on Ben Bills. Credit that a 5-3 put out, the first out of the inning.
I was saying, a 4-run lead is obviously great, but if they could get some insurance here and really just open the door, it could relax the entire defense, and whoever's going to be pitching next inning in this game could be nearly over.
Nick Tuttle up to the plate now. The second baseman's got a couple hits tonight. So he takes that first pitch high. Nick Tuttle actually started out that big third inning, I should say, for the Scouts, where they scored 4 runs and got their first lead and have held the lead ever since. As Nick Smith here delivering this pitch into the zone, as that will even up the count at this pitch into the zone, as that will even up the count at 1. Or 1-1, I should say. Nobody on here for the Scouts. Tuttle likes to shake his bat up there, kind of like Todd Frazier. He calls time here. He doesn't like how long Nicholas Smith was taking to throw his pitch.
It's another part of the chess game, like you mentioned, between the timing between the pitcher and when he delivers the pitch and the batter. It can really be strategic both ways, determining when that pitch is actually going to be delivered.
That pitch is delivered on the inside part of the plate, called a strike, and Nick Tuttle will find himself down 1-2 here in the count. Tuttle, second base. Tuttle, a couple good plays as Nicholas Smith delivers, and Tuttle will foul that one off. So he looks to stay alive here. Nicholas Smith started out this game when he came out with a very fast pace, but has since slowed down a lot. Slowed down his pace, tries to slow this game down, and he winds and delivers here. That ball is high, and Tuttle will take it for a ball, and the count will even at 2-2. And Tuttle here, waiting the pitch. Nick Tuttle goes to the Masters College. Oh, and he gets a called strike 3 there. Nicholas Smith with another strikeout. Seems to be his 5th of the game. Oh, pardon me, 7th. Didn't get that inning right there. He has 7 strikeouts on the day, and he came in relief. Did Nicholas Smith, and he has 2 outs here in the top half of the 9th. Looking to keep that lead only at 4 for a possible Graders comeback as he winds and delivers here. A strike to Noah Orlando, and Orlando's had a very nice night tonight. Couple singles, couple RBIs. So he takes that first pitch strike. Also had a great game out in the field. That pitch is low and away to Orlando's. The count evens at 1-1.
Riley, like you mentioned, Smith now has 7 strikeouts on the night, and if you add that to De La Cruz's 3 that he got as a starter, that's 10 strikeouts for the night. So if you're going to critique anything about the Xenia Scouts offense during this game, it might be the fact that they have struck out more than they would have liked to.
As Noah Orlando checks and fouls one off. The count will go to 1-2 here to Noah Orlando. Orlando waits the pitch. That one's high and away. So the count will go to 2-2 to Noah Orlando. Orlando doing a very good job of getting on base tonight from the 9 hole. It's a couple RBIs, couple stolen bases, just doing a little bit of everything as he grounds this one to the pitcher. As Smith makes a great play on it, makes it easy, and gets the 3rd out of the inning, sets the Scouts down in order. Scouts score no runs on no hits in that inning. And we will return with Sam Drayle going out to the mound to try to shut down the Graders in the 9th. We'll be right back. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Welcome back, Xenia Scouts faithful, as we return here in the bottom half of the 9th. The Scouts find themselves with a 12-8 lead over the undefeated Galion Graders as Sam Drayle has taken the hill and looking to close this one out for the Scouts as he will face the top of the order, starting with the shortstop Christopher Jordan, who singled in his last plate appearance. Dre will deliver a first pitch strike to Jordan, and we'll get his outing tonight underway. Looking to hold that 4-run lead the Scouts have as that one bounces to Connor Regan. Count evens up at 1-1.
If I may, I would like to give myself a quick shout out. If you aren't familiar, I'm filling in for Charlie Danis in the broadcast booth, but my main role for the Xenia Scouts team is to write articles. I'm serving as the beat writer this summer for this team. So if you're interested, you can find all the articles under the news section of xeniascouts.com. I work hard on those. I get some good quotes. So if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. I'd really appreciate it.
As Drayle strikes out Christopher Jordan looking to start out his inning today. And the Scouts have one down, 2 outs away from their second W of the week as Sam Drayle will get his first look at Todd Sikowski, and Sikowski hitting a double in his last plate appearance. Drayle not wasting any time. That pitch just misses on the outside corner, and I should say Sikowski will boast a 1-0 count here as Drayle gets right back to work. This one lined in the left field. This one looks like it'll be extra bases as Chambers shows us his back. This one bounces off the fence. Chambers brings it home, and Sikowski gets his second straight double. And the Graders have a little something going here in the bottom half of the ninth. Connor Regan going out to talk to his pitcher, say, hey, we're up 4 runs. That guy doesn't matter too much. Let's just focus on getting outs here as De La Cruz makes his way to the plate.
Yeah, Riley, at this point in the game, you're up 4 and you need 2 outs, so you would trade a run for an out right here. Just got to close out this game, slam the door, and make sure that lead stays intact.
As Drayle comes set at the hill. That breaking pitch is low in the dirt as De La Cruz will take a 1-0 count. Very dark out here as we inch to about 10:40 p.m. here in Ohio. Drayle comes set and delivers. That pitch is low as well. De La Cruz will take the 2-0 count. I know a lot of you listeners, as Luke mentioned, we only have 3 players from Ohio on this year's Scouts team. Everyone else is from everywhere else in the continental United States. So we welcome you guys, no matter what hour it is where you're at, as Drayle delivers. Another ball. That one was really close. That one missed just a bit outside. As the count goes 3-0 to De La Cruz. Drayle here, struggling a bit with his control from the stretch. Drayle looks in for a sign. Like many of these Scouts pitchers, his tempo slows once he goes from the stretch. Leg kick and delivers a strike right down the middle to De La Cruz, and count will go to 3-1. That favorable hitters count we all know and love. It's De La Cruz here. De La Cruz only with 1 hit on the day, 1 single. He's struck out. He's grounded out a couple times. Definitely a different De La Cruz we've seen today compared to the one we saw last night. As Drayle comes set, delivers. This pitch is outside, and De La Cruz will take his spot at first. And the Graders have runners on first and second here in the bottom half of the ninth with Andrew Stone coming up to the plate. And Stone is 3 for 3 on the day. Has 3 singles and a walk on the day. Does Stone the right fielder. So Stone here will look to continue his day and try to make something happen for his team here at home. As Drayle will take the rubber once again. Comes set, will eye down his runners at second and first. This one he delivers outside, and Connor Regan's going to go talk to his pitcher. Sees him struggling with some control out there. Orlando's going to join the meeting as well. Try to calm down their pitcher. Orlando might also be talking about that base runner at second.
You know, the last thing you want to do here is fall into some control problems because, like we saw earlier today with Quinones when he was struggling a little bit, that can create runs extremely quickly. And while they're up 4, you still don't want to give up any runs right now if you're the Scouts.
This one's grounded to Orlando. He'll take it himself for the double play. They call him safe at first, but he is out at second, so the Scouts do have 2 outs here. So credit a 6U for Orlando there with the second out.
That was an extremely close play at first right there, and manager Bubba Cates is out there right now, and he appears to be a bit fired up right now. He hasn't been happy with his umpiring crew throughout this entire night, and that play right there that could have ended the game, just his frustrations must be through the roof right now.
As Jacob Reimold, the third baseman, makes his way to the plate. Reimold tonight, 0 for 3, or 0 for 2, I should say. He's gotten hit by a pitch twice, and he's walked once, but has also found himself out twice now this game. Finding a way to get on base, but not a way to get a hit. As he fouls that first pitch off from Drayle. Drayle's got to be happy that Orlando got that 1 out at least. So the Scouts are 1 out away from a victory here in Galion. Drayle comes set. Eyes down the runners at third and first. That pitch is low and away. Count will even up at 1-1. For Jacob Reimold, third baseman. Jacob Reimold, native of Greenville, Pennsylvania, and check swings there for a strike, and Reimold will find himself down 1-2 here. With 2 outs, runners on first and third, and Sam Drayle looking to shut the door on the Graders rally here. And give the Scouts their second win of the season. This one grounded up the middle. That will get through. And give the Scouts their second win of the season. This one grounded up the middle. That will get through. And the score. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs for the Galion Graders as Reimold gets his first hit of the night at a very timely time.
He's a freshman at Youngstown State University. He's from Highland Heights, Ohio. Number 36, Vince Donato.
Vince Donato, designated hitter from last night, will come in and pinch hit here for Tyler Pavone. So Graders don't think they're done yet. Going to try to get a pinch hit here and continue this inning as the score has gone 12-9 here in Galion, Ohio.
And you know, there are 2 outs, but you have to mention that the game-tying run is at the plate right now. So if he were able to get a hold of a ball, send it over the fence, this game would be tied.
Vince Donato last night went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. We'll look to get another hit against the Scouts here and continue the Graders' run. Sam Drayle will have different plans as he'll try to end this game right here. First pitch from Drayle is up high. Count will go 1-0. Drayle comes set and delivers a strike right there, coming back strong with a 1-1 count. Runners on first and second here. The runners are Jacob Reimold and Andrew Stone. Reimold at first, Stone at second as Drayle comes set here to deliver to the pinch hitter, Vince Donato. Vince Donato with a half check swing, but doesn't matter as he went all the way through and the count goes 1-2. That's one of the things about pinch hitting this late in the game. You've been sitting on that bench. You know, and all of a sudden you're asked to come out in the 9th inning. You're coming out there cold. So Donato struggling a bit here. Drayle bounces that one. Regan has it in front of him. Throws it down to second. Does not get the out, but a 2-2 count to Vince Donato. The runners move to second and third. So Sam Drale here does not want to allow it hit because that could possibly score 2 runs. Now with runners both in scoring position, as some of you baseball historians might say, ducks on the pond as Drale will go from the windup and strike 3 swinging. Ooh! And that will be the game. That is the 3rd out. This 9th inning, the Scouts will end the Galion Graders' 5-game win streak to start out the GLSCL season. Give Diego Quinones the win, I believe. And we'll come right back here after a quick little wrap up. We'll have a little post game show, and we'll be back, ladies and gents. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Welcome back here, guys. We're just going to do a little quick post-game wrap-up, tell you guys what we saw out here today as the Scouts take the win here in Galion, second of 2 games out here. Scouts win 12-9 after losing 13-4 last night. Some 2 players we'd like to talk about in this post-game show. First, we'll start out with the relief effort from Thomas Flesser. So Flesser came in the 4th inning, finished out that inning strong, and really showed a lot of good things in relief. What did you see today, Luke?
Yeah, we talked about during the broadcast his ability to throw hard, and I think that can really just, I mean, obviously, if you've been around baseball for a while, you know that pitchers who throw hard are usually extremely effective, and that's something that Tom Flesser definitely brings to the table. He has the ability to dominate opposing hitters and come right at him with that fastball, and it was definitely working for him tonight.
So Flesser with a great line tonight, definitely did well in and out of jams. Flesser showed a lot of good resilience today, and our player of the game tonight, Luke, is some guy we mentioned is Noah Orlando. Had a great game out there in the field, making a lot of plays for his team. Had 2 hits, a couple RBIs, a couple stolen bases. He was doing it all tonight.
Yeah, you know, we've known since the very first game at Hamilton that Noah Orlando could straight out field at shortstop. He has continued to make excellent plays as he's played in almost every single game of this scout season, but we haven't really seen that bat come around yet, and I think we started to see that tonight. He had 2 hits with those 2 RBIs to go with it, a couple stolen bases too, and I think that as the season progresses, we'll see Noah Orlando continue to field well, but also that bat's going to start to come around a little bit.
And once again, the Scouts win 12-9 here in Galion, the second of 2 games. You can catch your Scouts again tomorrow at home against the Hamilton Joes at 7:05 should be the first pitch. And we'd like to thank you guys all for listening tonight. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. For my partner Luke Seaver, I'm Riley Harshman. Thank you for listening, and good night.